What?
Wahlburgers, we here. We here at Wahlburgers for you.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Did you see that movie? Say hi to your mother for me, okay?
Yeah, that joke makes it into this movie. Welcome to Watchin' Movies, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tony. I just came back from watching Mile 22. Yay! This movie was really disappointing. It was bad. This movie was really bad. I mean, okay. Mile 22 has things going for it. It really does. It wants to be this badass action spy film, almost like a Mission Impossible kind of film where it's like, you know, we're the only alternative here, you know. You can see it right there, you know, diplomacy first, military, and then the third option is them.
According to the government, we do not exist, but we're very real. So we get things done.
It's just been done so much better in other movies before. And here we have Mark Wahlberg, who wants to be this loose cannon badass. You know, he's got this tick. He just keeps pulling on this rubber band on his wrist, you know, and that's supposed to mean that, oh, you know, there's something wrong with him. He's unstable, he's out of control, but he's the only one who could do this job.
I'm totally calm.
That's because you're mentally unstable.
Thank you.
This movie, oh, by the way, this review is going to involve spoilers, so just a heads up. It has been out for a while now. I'm not recommending you go see it, so it really doesn't matter. This movie really... look, Mark Wahlberg is not a badass. They try to make him a badass in the Transformers films. It doesn't work, and it really doesn't work here. It works when given the right script and director, like Martin Scorsese did in The Departed. He gave Mark Wahlberg a subtle role in that movie, and that was perfect for him. He worked fine. Here he gets right in your face and he's like, you know, you're a southern motherfucker, fuck you and everything you know. You don't know anything because I know everything. You know, that's exactly what Mark Wahlberg is in this movie. I was blown away by how many scenes I was watching with him just with doing his little eyebrow thing and just walking around going, yeah? You think you know? You think you know what you know? No, you don't, because I know. You don't know. I know. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man?
You fucking be careful. Is that the game today? I'll play. You're chaos. I think I might be worse.
And also Maggie from The Walking Dead's in this movie. That was a big mistake to add her in this movie as well.
That's my asset.
It just doesn't work. Okay, so the beginning of this movie starts off with them going on this mission. They have to get these bad guys out of this house, and they're in like this very normal neighborhood, and it's an operation. All these operatives are going in. Maggie and a bunch of other operatives are going into this house to take down these people in this house. You know, they're bad people. I'm sure they're part of a terrorist organization of some kind, but they all come in to take these people down. They have a plan and everything, and Mark Wahlberg is out in the woods just with a sniper gun, just kind of like making sure everything's okay. But then you got John Malkovich in this movie too, who's directing them, kind of like, you know, like his kind of like they're kind of like Nick Fury in a way, but he's already directing them. You don't need Mark Wahlberg in the woods directing them from far away, like, yeah, all right, take the shot, get in there, like. And then you got John Malkovich too going, all right, get into the house right now. That's all you get from John Malkovich's character as far as that goes, because he's literally just in that room the entire movie, just directing them where to go. He had like one walking scene the entire movie. But that's what I'm saying. They got John Malkovich. Why do we need Mark Wahlberg out in the woods doing nothing? He barely did anything in this first mission. And I'm mentioning this first mission that happened at the beginning of the movie ties in with the second mission. So in the second mission, they have to transport this Indonesian man over 22 miles so that he can unlock this information on this disc, because it is the location of these Russian nuclear bombs. And he's pretty much betraying his country by giving this information, so that's why they're coming after him and stuff like that. So Mark Wahlberg has to transport this man 22 miles and stuff with Maggie from The Walking Dead. And it just doesn't work because we've seen this before in other movies done better, like I said. And these two characters were just the worst at it. It was actually kind of cool following the Indonesian character. I don't know his name and stuff, but this is an H Brothers movie, and he was really, I thought he was actually pretty much the best part of the movie, because even though there are action scenes that you can barely see, because there's martial arts in this movie, and there's some action scenes that you can barely see, but the ones you can see are pretty brutal. Like, he grabs somebody's head and smacks it onto a window of a car and just scrapes it down on the glass at the bottom, and I'm like, oh my god, right on the neck. That was pretty cool. They should have had the lead of the movie be this Indonesian man. That would have been so cool, because it turns out that he is a triple agent in the movie also. He is, at the end, the bad guy. They're helping the bad guy because a woman from the first mission lost her son. And she was mad, and she was one of the coders that was helping the Russians and stuff. So she sent this triple agent in there to get revenge, to pretty much screw up this mission and stuff. So everything goes wrong. The whole commentary of this movie is that, you know, these types of groups are needed because, you know, it gets really bad out there and stuff like that.
Failure is not an option.
They fail throughout the entire movie, and they just get in your face, and they're pretty much assholes the entire time. So it doesn't work. It wants to be like Sicario or some parts of 007 where it's like, you know, we need these shadow agencies, but it's been done before and it's been done way better. And Mark Wahlberg, he's just such an enigma to me. I don't know where this man works. I really don't. The only place I do know where that he works is Wahlburgers. Yes, we did make it to Wahlburgers, and I have to say it's a pretty good establishment to eat at. Major cities across the country, please seek one out if you can. This just became an advertisement for Wahlburgers, because Mile 22 is not a movie to go seek out. Go seek out Wahlburgers. I don't recommend Mark Wahlberg's burger recommendation, which is like a turkey burger or something like that. Just have the regular burger. Check out something else in there. They got a lot of dishes in there, but pretty cool place. So my rating for Mile 22 is going to have to be a 1.5 out of 5. It's very disappointing, and the only reason it gets that 0.5 is because the score is pretty good. The score for this movie is actually pretty good. Seek out the score. That's it. The action, maybe there's some pretty cool action scenes, but I mean, very far in between. And you know, if you're part of this group, like Ronda Rousey's in this movie, and like she gets really injured really bad, and like Mark Wahlberg just gives her a grenade and goes, "Yep, here you go. You defend yourself." He could have just given her a gun. There were just two people coming after her, so it was a mess of a movie. I don't recommend it. So just remember to like and subscribe, and please keep watching movies.
Say hi to your mother for me.